Hello LEGO friends, Matt from Brooks Bricks here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at my now completed Medieval Marketplace setup. Stay tuned! Alright, welcome back everybody. And I've done a number of progress update videos on this mock build. This has been over a month or so, maybe getting almost to 2 months I've been working on this project. But I'm finally at this place where I can say this is done for now, and I'm happy to give you kind of the final overall review video. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got here. My apologies if the stretch is a bit long, but there's a lot to see here, and I want to make sure I do enough justice. So we've got 4 main buildings, which I have shown previously. Starting from here, we got a tavern, we got a bakery, an apothecary, which you can think of as a pharmacy, and a butcher shop. Then we've got some stalls. This one is actually a little entertainment puppet show kind of stall. We'll get around to see these. This is like a little weapons merchant. This one here is kind of just a trinkets place. And this one here is kind of like a farmer's market produce area. So there's a lot going on. A lot of things to look at. I've also probably done the most work I've ever done in terms of setting up an actual scene with lots of figures here. So let me go ahead and break down the various areas for you. We'll start with the buildings. We'll get to the markets, stalls, and then we'll go through everything again one more time as a whole. Alright, so first off, a quick look at the butcher shop and the apothecary. These are two of my honestly favorite designs. I really like this one with the roofed look and all that. The scene itself makes me laugh. So we do have a butcher. This fellow here that owns the place. You see he's got some animals. I mean, even in medieval times, people needed to get their meat, so he takes care of all that. We got to turn this around. You can see what I've done with the interiors. So for the butcher shop, obviously there's a bunch of meat up there. He's got some prepping and utilities right there. I wanted to make a little bit of a comical aspect to this, so I put a bunch of these red parts on the floor to indicate kind of blood stains and all that. And then below, the stable where he's got the animals. So you got a big cow, you got a calf up front, you got a couple of pigs, because, you know, beef and pork, nom nom nom. And then the apothecary, I've actually really fond of this one too, especially the lower floor. I tried to do a lot of packing and stacking, as Robert Hood Bricks would say, into this. I used some parts and components from the Harry Potter Potions Classroom set. So that's where a lot of the stickers and some various parts like this come from. I just tried to make it look like there's a lot of different things available to be bought in here. And then up on the second floor, this is kind of like a work area where the owner actually will create the various concoctions. So you can see a store area vertically on that shelf there. And then some other stuff just kind of hanging out here, a little fireplace and all that. Maybe where he's prepping some other things. So that's the apothecary and the butcher. Let's go ahead and take a look at the two stalls that are on the side as well. Okay, first off, I'm going to raise the roof on this one here because it's a little tough to see if I don't take this off. So this is the weapons depot. And if you get down in here, you can see a bunch of different things available for sale. Bows, axes, and swords. Even a mace and a shield. So it looks like this individual is looking to buy something. Got to create some various things there as well. I just wanted to give it the look of something where you could buy a bunch of different things there, and it's quite colorful, a little bit more colorful than I think might be practical for a medieval realm building. But I had a lot of these cylinder pieces here. I'll fix it afterwards, but had a lot of the lime ones there, and I wanted to use them for something, and I think that sticks out quite a bit. Also, here's a quick look from this side at the scene going down the main street here. I tried to put in just a bunch of different figures. I picked up over the last year or so a number of different torsos and figures of various sorts that I thought I could use. This is the first time I've really had a chance to put a lot of them into a scene. So here we go. Looks like we got like a mother and a son checking out the butcher. The son has a very panicked look on his face. Couple of guys just walking down. We got a couple of folks over here watching the puppet show thing. We got this guy buying stuff here. Got one guy coming out of the apothecary. He's got something with him. It's some guy walking on the street. Oh, we also have a cat about to pounce on a giant rat. Let me twirl this around real quick. And then there's another look at the butcher in the scene there. And another guy with Obi-Wan style robes walking down the street as well. And then here's a look at the puppet show. I have to thank my buddy Aussie Adams Bricks on Instagram for this idea. I took a lot of pride in how I built this one out. I didn't know what I was going to use this stall for, but I think it came out really, really well. A lot of the nanoscale figures or micro figures here. Little horse from the CMF Knight. Got the loop player, or one of the loop players I have from the CMF series. And then Bumblebee Girl, or not, Beetle Girl there. She's actually dressed up and playing the part of the puppeteer. But I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do something like this. I really like the idea, and so we got a few figures here hanging out watching. Almost like a family, basically. So that's one of the two plates. Let's take a look at the other one. Alright, second one, just as packed and stacked. I do have a tree that I put on this one, just for some added scenery and effect. So again, we got a bakery and tavern and inn, basically. This is a trinket shop, and then this is the farmer's market, so to speak. So let's take a look at the bakery and the tavern first, with all the interior work. Get this spun around here. So the tavern is probably one of my favorite things in terms of the look and feel. I love this first floor, I really do. Just some of the scenery. Got some various types of beverages here. Kegs stored up there. And then I even put a, you can see it here, let me turn the light. And got a shield from the forestman up there. Plus the tiling work too. I'm really, really happy with how this came out. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the entire build. The door does open this way, so that's why I had to change up the tiling a bit from one side to the other. I had to make sure I could get that door open. Second floor, this is kind of the patron area. You can see there's a bit of decoration. And just kind of a candlelight there. And then those are supposed to be like little candles or whatever you might want to think of them as. And some stools. Third floor is meant to be kind of the owner's residence, so to speak. So I made it kind of an elaborate fireplace, which I'm pretty fond of because that does lead out to the chimney here. That's the intention here. It leads out to the chimney, basically. So you got a desk, various things on there. Just use a bunch of little dots pieces and stuff. This chair is modeled a little bit after the ones from the blacksmith shop, as is this bearskin rug in a slightly smaller context. And then we've got a bed and a stand, candlelight with a few other little things, maybe like books or something, and then a chamber pot, just because I thought that was a hilarious idea suggested by one of my Twitch stream participants. And then the roof here, yeah. And then moving along, here is the bakery with another door that kind of opens up like that. Got a big thing of bread, other bakery items. We've got some cooking utensils, the prep area, so you can see there's a lot of stuff out ready to go to cook, and then a big fireplace, because they didn't have ovens back then, so I had to cook everything this way. Fireplace that also leads up to the chimney as well. Second floor is the owner's space here. Just want to give it some basic decoration, similar with a bed, a stand, and candle, flower pot, a little desk and all that. And I think it looks good, conveyed the point, and then just kind of an attic storage space up here. In the scene itself, we got a couple of interesting fellows walking in. Soldier, and then this guy here, kind of grumpy looking fella. Needs to go get a drink, I suppose. Oh, look, we got a lute player walking down the street. playing some music, entertaining some folks. We got a couple of folks over here at the farmer's market looking to buy some fresh produce. It's an older gentleman and a maiden. You can see a couple more folks here, a couple ladies coming out of the bakery. Random guy in a Trash Panda suit talking to a little girl, and a couple of maidens over at the trinket shop. Let's turn this around, get a little bit better look at the trinkets area. And in here, I just put a lot of random knickknacks, things I had that could maybe be seen in a place like this. I don't know. I just want to use a bunch of random minifig type things. So some of these might not make a lot of sense, but I just wanted to put it out and set the scene with it. I think it comes off pretty well. There you go. You can see the two maidens right there looking to buy a couple different things. And then we'll go back around to this other side of the scene. There's a look at medieval Grandpa Taz walking down the street with a walking stick. Oh, and Mr. Wu from the World of Ninjago somehow got in here too. How about that? And there's the young lady talking to the Trash Panda and the two folks coming out of the bakery. A lot of things going on here as well. Alright, so that's a look at the Medieval Marketplace builds. Again, this ended up being a lot bigger than I expected it to. It took on kind of a life of its own, but I'm really, really happy with it, and I'm proud of how everything came out. And this is going to be really, really awesome once I get it into the realm. You will see this coming up in the July 23 update. Things will probably have to change quite a bit with my layout to get this in there and give the right look. But I think when it's in place, you know what? This will definitely look right. Having some kind of just old school buildings like that. And then having the street, all the figures and all the stalls. Yeah, this will definitely look good. Big project, very happy. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed that look at my Medieval Marketplace project. Again, really awesome. A lot of great time building this over on Twitch, where I do my weekly live streams. Give me a follow over there. I do appreciate it. And thanks to all my supporters who put up with me doing all this work on Twitch. We have a lot of good times. And if you haven't, be sure to follow me or subscribe here as well. Hit that like button, notification bell, comment or thought below. All that great stuff. Thank you for your support as always. Until next time, see ya.